Oh my God! How has that not gone in?
Into the black hole. Sing for my soul.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Sunshine on Leyth. If you're still enjoying it, drop a like, that'd be sensational. We've sort of come into this in a position I didn't expect. We were on the slide, we've made a couple of tweaks. Weirdly, I didn't expect it to make us better attacking-wise, but I think what it was is that we were actually scoring a reasonable amount of goals as it was, and we just were getting too many conceded. But in addition to that, I think that the confidence you get from winning games definitely does help on getting players back into form, which then, you know, it begets more goals, in theory. Now, for some bad news, Richardson has buggered himself, basically. He is out for the rest of the season. It's frustrating. I can't remember exactly what the injury was, but it's like a strain that was 5 weeks to 2 months. So it's probably going to be more like 6 or 7 weeks, which I think will probably take him out for the rest of the year. And that's bad, because you know how good we've been now that he's come back again. I really do feel like he has been one of the catalysts for us returning to the quality that we were before. Thornley as well, when he was out, we really struggled without Thornley and Richardson. Those two have the highest PPGs in the team, and it's no surprise why. Curtis Thomas might also miss today's game through injury too, so a struggling one to be sure. Now, very, very quickly, Regen Sunday. You got to do it. It's Sunday, we have to do it. First up is, I might just be over-engineering his name here, Troels Hursaboya. He is a brilliant Danish striker. At 21 years old, he is insanely. Next up, Juan Carlos Carstelin, who, again, phenomenal. 19 finishing, 20 agility. Insane. Followed up by Jimmy, because he's called Jimmy. Then we have Philip Patterson. I like him because, firstly, Faroese. You got to love it. But also, Philip Patterson. He just sounds like a bloke from, like, Stoke. Then Kai Chun Sai, pretty cool to see a player from Taiwan in here, because I've barely ever seen one. Then Jamaica, you can't not. So there we have Regen Sunday, slightly truncated this week, but if you do want to participate, head over to the Discord, link in the description, drop your regions in the chat, and yeah, the best ones or the funniest ones will make it into an episode, usually on a Sunday. So, we've got a lot of games to get through today, let's just get onto it. We are going to be missing a few people, unfortunately, and that is a problem. Paul Robinson, in fact, not that Paul Robinson, the Wimbledon one, is managing Southend now. Hopefully we're not playing in blue on blue. So the absence of Richardson means that, thankfully, at least Idris can come back in and play there if we need him to. Although, actually, part of me's tempted to play it like that instead, because Vernon's been quite good lately. Nevitt is still not fit yet. I'm tempted to just stay with Michael Lee in there, in all honesty. Both Wakeling and Thomas up front, not in great nick, but luckily, Neil Cross is back. Honestly, Thomas could probably play. Oh, that's the wrong button, but I think Thomas is definitely in the right shape to play right now. He's not too bad. Just realised I had that collapsed. I wonder why I couldn't see it. So, Idahun can come back in as well, which is very, very nice indeed. So, Cross, Thomas, Johnson, Morton, Vernon, Idris, Thornley, Parry Knight, Ajay, and Idahun. On the bench, Holman, Aline, Lee, Dale, Dinaran, Harding, and Harding. A 4-3-3 for Southend. Okay. And they have a player called Christian Heritage, who sounds like some sort of evangelical pressure group. They got Paris Magoma too. And Stevie Humphries. I obviously want to see how long we can go now without conceding a goal from any form of set piece now, because reset the clock soon, but even if we score one, I won't even mind. But since they're playing a 4-3-3, we are going to go down the wings straight off the bat. Let's see. Oh my God, blue on blue, really? Could we not have played in white? The league? Come on. Silliness. Right, okay, so let's see how we do today. A win at Southend. This is probably one of the more difficult games we've got left. I still think Borough will be difficult, despite them being further down the league, because they've got a bloody good team, and I think they're just struggling. They've sacked their manager, who was, I think, who was it? It was Alexander Kolarov. Idris to pop one in the head of Kai Knight here. That's what we need to see. And he has done exactly that. Southend 0, Whitport 1. Hey, at least we're still able to score from them ourselves. That is the main thing. Very, very early days there. 66% possession as well so far. Idris has just popped one on the head of Kai Knight. And he's got 2 players around him. Neither of them challenge him. Love it. We'd go on to 67 points at this rate. Now, there is a game in hand in there too. Well, there you go. There it is. Stephen Humphries, 20th goal of the year, former Fulham player, gets it. There you go. First set-piece goal we've conceded in ages, and that's totally fine. We didn't defend it particularly well, and we deserved everything we got about that one. Paris Magoma's ball in. There's 3 players around him. They don't get near him. I guess Humphries isn't the tall player. Deli Bashiru. Humphries round the side for Russell. What a tackle. What an insane tackle from Kai Knight there to keep us in it. Blackhaven would move the gap back to 4 points as things stand, so they are at least trying to come for us. And to be fair, beating Sunderland is a good way of doing that for them. But Jay's got Morton back again. Oh, he's just straight offside slightly there. Dinks it in again. Thomas with the header. Saved. Comfortable, but he's getting a good position. Oh, I thought we could try and win it off him. Stephen Humphries pulling out wide. Edge of the box here for Bashiru. They've got extra players across, and Kopek is one of them. Big saving on the rebound. Wow. Christian. Wow, their striker only has 2 goals this season. I mean, that is an incredibly tight finish, and somehow Southend have turned it around against us here. They just overloaded us. They got a lot of their players forward. They're going to leave spaces if they do this, which means we will find gaps. It's an initially excellent save from Idahun, but what about that for a tight angle? Idahun very nearly kept that out. Nothing he could do about it. Just an insanely good finish, and we are 2-1 down. We need to push. Like, that is a miss and a half. Johnson's put that on a plate for Neil Cross there. He's getting to the box himself, though. Idris, look at the space for Thornley. Can he do it again? He's not found the space. Oh, has he? No. This is a tight one for us. And Cross is in there again, and it's saved by Booney and cleared off the post. We're creating enough opportunities to make me think that we're definitely going to get back into this. Vernon. Oh, Morton loads of room. Thomas, and it's saved again. Oh, lovely ball for Morton. Squares it for Johnson, and that is a lovely goal from Ben Johnson. Southend 2, Whitport 2. Dave Morton with a lovely assist for Ben Johnson at the back post, and I think we've deserved that equaliser. We've been terrific in this first half. Very unfortunate, really, to find ourselves 2 goals. Well, not even unfortunate. They've created 2 good chances and scored them, to be fair, but Dave Morton just doing his thing. Maybe could have shot, but he didn't need to. Johnson at the back post, 8th goal of the year. What a season he's had. Either way, this game's shaping up to be a massively good one. I still think we've the better side here, and if we carry on playing like that in the second half, then I can see no way that we won't go on to win this. Johnson, back for Thornley. Here we go. Can we turn this into a result? There's loads of options, and Morton is there, in off the post. Thornley whips it in. Dave Morton, 13 goals for the season now, as Sunderland equalise against Blackhaven. Oh, it just gets better and better here. Dave Morton, 13 goals this year. Really impressive from him. Thornley, I've really liked him. If we could get him next season from Blackburn, that would be superb. This is a terrific ball in. Morton just rising highest, 13 goals for the year. 3-2, we've turned it around. Fair play. But the main thing is we're doing our part here, and that's all that matters to me right now. If we get the win away at Southend, coming from behind as well. Heritage is in behind again. Can he get around the goalkeeper? Oh, that's a bad one. He didn't actually need... I would have rather he just took the chance with the goalkeeper there. Idahoon is usually very good from those situations. Up steps Dali Bashiru for Southend, and Idahoon's kept out too many penalties this year to expect him to save that one as well. As for Sayo, Dali Bashiru gets one back for Southend, and this game just continues to impress. 3-3. It's just not quite been our day. Although they have had a decent number of chances, in fairness, and they've taken them. So really, we can hardly begrudge them that. As Charlton are now 2-0. Morton's through again. And it's side netting for Dave Morton. It doesn't look like it's going to be. Southend 3, Whitport 3. Honestly, I thought we were going to go on and push to win this game in the second half, but we've managed to be pegged back there. A 3-3. And one of them was from a set piece? Sure, it happens. We still move above Chesterfield. Blackhaven pull the gap slightly further back. And we now move 6 points away from the automatic spot where Charlton now occupy. And MK Dons are in there too, potentially with a game in hand. So it's that's probably gone. Not that that was really ever on the cards, but I still think playoffs should be on the cards here. It would be a bit of a bottle if we lost it from here, but also our expectations weren't this. So, next game. Plus, there's a youth intake too. We have a youth intake. And also, apparently, a youth player has been poached by Chesterfield. I guess that's from next year's youth intake. Cheers for that, Chesterfield. Right, here we go. Let's see if the Liberian dude's any good. And... oh, my lord. Well, at least there's a variety of players in it, I suppose. So, Matteo Bozats, Michael Jones there too. A couple of Irish lads in there as well. Chidi Etafia, interesting name. So, yeah, best player up there. I mean, he's still in amongst the best players. Here's Daniel Wilson. This is the Liberian lad we've got. I mean, he's got good technique. Other than that, he's, yeah, not particularly special. It's cool to have a Liberian come through, I suppose. Right, we're back. Middlesbrough today. Blackhaven play away at Colchester in 18th. Now, I had a look at Blackhaven's fixtures. The highest team they have to play in the last 4 is Accrington, who are 17th. Everybody else they've got 17th, 18th, I think 21st and 23rd to play. I could actually see Blackhaven winning all 4 of their final fixtures. So I think we might well still not be able to get in there, to be honest. And again, that'd be fine. But I really do kind of want it from here. As we play Simon Grayson's Middlesbrough. Now, Richardson can't come back in, so we'll just have to go with the same lineup. It won us the last game. Is Nevitt back? That's almost as strong as we could get. Keyword being almost. I think I'm just going to go with the same bench as well. We're in 5th in the form standings now. Middlesbrough have really struggled after their early season form. Kind of like the way that us, Blackhaven and Middlesbrough were all right up at the very, very top, and then we all kind of slipped off. Let's see what we're made of today. Charlton won a game off camera. They won away 1-0 at the MK Dons, which I think kind of really puts Charlton in an unassailable position. I mean, not completely unassailable, but it sort of gives them a real gap to everyone below them. And I think the automatics are basically sewn up at this point. Charlton just need to be average for the rest of the season. As for the other positions, they're all up for grabs here, really. Any one of these teams, from Blackhaven down, and Johnson's in there at the back post. Anyone from sort of Blackhaven to Milton Keynes could finish in the other spot. But I'll be actually kind of interested to see how Blackhaven get on in those 4 matches against relatively poor sides. Because they did beat Sunderland quite comfortably. Oh, God, Cadavare's in for Middlesbrough. Get around him. Good block. And Parry, gets it cleared. Downfield as Chesterfield take the lead against Plymouth. Thomas gets it. This is his bread and butter. Can he get fouled, maybe? All across for Neil Cross, and again, a brilliant stop. So the goalkeepers are pulling out some insanely good stops against us in recent matches too. Lamb gets it around the side, and off the post. And this time not quite out as Portsmouth take the lead in their game. Not really that relevant, I don't think. Cleared away. Thomas can knock this around the side of Blackhaven are losing to Colchester. Johnson making the run beyond, and he's not been able to finish. Another great chance goes missing for us. Over the top. And Cross has got it. Neil Cross is in, and it's 1-0, and we've deserved that goal more than anything today. Neil Cross is 18th of the year. He's back in the team, and he's back scoring. And that would send all 4 playoff teams onto 68 points combined. That must be the tightest run we've had for a long, long time. We're at least sticking with the boys towards the top of the league. Lovely ball through. Lovely first touch from Neil Cross. Simple finish for him, and we lead 1-0. Perfect. Second half has started very, very well for us. That's exactly what we want, and everybody's tied on 68 points. Could come down to goal difference. Lamb for Middlesbrough. They've done nothing. They've not hit the target yet. And, well, they've immediately equalised straight from the kickoff. Tino Cadavare, instant equaliser for Middlesbrough. We let our concentration slip, and they've managed to score their first shot on target. That was just, literally straight from the kickoff. Too much space given out wide. And from there on, way too easy for him. We've got 2 players on Lamb. They all get drawn in, and it's just a good header. And Blackhaven, through Dobson, have found an equaliser in their game as we hit the target, but not enough. It's not looking good for us. We haven't really achieved much in this second period. We were much, much better in the first half, and nothing I've done's really made much difference for us. A couple of little subs here and there, but other than that, it's annoying. We took the lead and immediately dropped our guard and got equalised again straight. Oh, Christ, no! And it looks like it's going to be Whitport 1, Middlesbrough 0. I think we deserve more out of that game, but our concentration levels completely did us in there. Thankfully, though, a lot of the teams around us did actually manage to drop points, even though they were all winning at one point. So we do now remain 8 points from the automatics. That's virtually gone now with 3 matches to go. But 4 points above Blackhaven, game in hand on Chesterfield, in fact. So maybe, I mean, there's still a chance we could both get in the playoffs if Chesterfield continue to drop like a stone, but they do have a better goal difference. Moving on to the next game. Right, it's that time again. Blackhaven play at home against Accrington Stanley. We're away at Wimbledon. Chesterfield are away at Mansfield. It's getting tighter and tighter. But also, Idris is now suspended too. But if we were to get in the playoffs, which I think is still a good chance, Richardson probably would be back for that. I'm going to bring in Terry Bishop, making his first, I think, appearance in well over a year for the club, which makes me so happy to see Terry back after his poor time of it with his injury. Thornley also picked up a knock, but he should be okay. Everybody else, again, should be right. Josh Parry had a slight knock, but he's recovered too, which would be rather nice. But that does depend an awful lot on what happens below us. I mean, you still got to be careful because of Portsmouth creeping in the background there. But yeah, Chesterfield and Blackhaven are sort of battling it out amongst themselves, but we're still right in the battle as well. Any one of those top sides starts to drop off the pace. A cross is already through, and he's drilled it wide. A chance inside 30 seconds. Even better news, Mansfield are now beating Chesterfield. Technically, Blackhaven could level on points with them today if they were to beat Accrington Stanley, and we could move even further clear. Part of me almost kind of wants Blackhaven to make the playoffs just because there's the off chance that we could end up playing them in a playoff match. And our record against them this year, oh, look at the space. Neil Cross has to finish. Oh my God, Neil. So half time. Very interesting. Notts County winning away at Charlton Athletic. Blackhaven, against 10 men, still can't win. But we ourselves haven't exactly threatened to score loads of goals so far. Oh my God, it's hit the post. Oh, hang on, Vernon's got it back and it's hit the... Oh my God. How has that not gone in? We have to have scored there. Like, I know they're in good form, but we've actually played okay chance-wise today. Just cannot seem to hit the target. Brockbank. Savage. That's a good ball, actually. Make sure you get across. Don't let him pull that across near post. Good block. And it's cleared away. Chesterfield are now level, I think. Yes, Dixon has scored and Blackhaven's still failing to win. I mean, they have no one to blame but themselves if they screw this up. Michael Lee! And it's a wonderful stop from Mayor there, as we really should, as Notts County now have a second goal away at Charlton Athletic, and the gap would come down a little bit here. Oh, Chesterfield! Chesterfield have conceded, but Blackhaven is still not winning. And as a result, the gap will come down to 2 points, but that is going to be a huge missed opportunity for Blackhaven, you feel, as Mansfield in the 90th minute through Jack Evans have scored against Chesterfield. It's going to give us a good shot. We'll be 4 points clear of the playoffs. We could wrap it up today if we score right now. If we score right now, I think that would guarantee playoffs as the MK Dons... And... Oh my God, Josh Parry should have scored. As the MK Dons score a late winner in their game as well to send them only 3 points behind Charlton. Things have got very, very dicey indeed. But what I would say is that Blackhaven have a game in hand over Chesterfield and could still leapfrog them if they win it. Poor 0-0 from us again. Just couldn't take our chances. 3 consecutive draws now. We are doing the old limp over the line thing again, aren't we? I blame the lack of John Richardson. Right, next game. Right, we're back again. Lost another youth player, this time to Leicester, so that's fun. So, Chesterfield aren't playing today, which means Blackhaven, if they win away at Doncaster, they will move above them with 1 game to go. We host Plymouth today. Should be winnable, but you just don't know. What I would say, though, again, we have only conceded 1 goal in the last 3 matches from a set piece. That's 1 goal in like the last 10 games now that's come from a set piece. It's so much better. It's not the defender's fault that our strikers aren't scoring at the moment. Like, I feel weirdly better about these draws than I do about the other ones. It's a weird dichotomy. I appreciate that. So Idris is still suspended. So it's going to have to be the exact same lineup, I guess. I don't think there's really much we can do about that. We've got to trust Neil Cross to keep going and hope that we can come up with something today. Don't really see the point in changing the bench either. It would be nice to just win a couple of games without John Richardson to prove that he's not the only reason we win matches. But honestly, for me, all eyes are on that Blackhaven game against Doncaster because the draw isn't enough for them. Now, they do play a team that are completely relegated on their last game of the season, but Chesterfield may have a good game too. We don't know. As Doncaster are beating Blackhaven with Alex Gilby scoring the goal. Also, bear in mind, this would actually guarantee us a playoff spot as things stand. And Neil Cross is snuck in there. Can we finally get the lead? It's a bit of a tight angle for Crossy. And it's a good save by Cooper on the other side of things, but a good chance for us nevertheless. This is made even more hilarious by the fact of course, the fact that Blackhaven are actually losing. Jackson ball through, cleared away, and it's a clips off the post there. As Portsmouth would actually move above them, as would Middlesbrough. Going to try to move to short, well, not shorter passing, but work more into the box. It seems like more of an approach for us today. I think this is what I think. Without Richardson playing here, I find our wingers play worse. And I do wonder if that's because we're getting less balls out to them in the same way that Richardson would do, because Jed Vernon doesn't have the passing ability to find those passes or the vision to do. So as a result, when they do get the ball, they're not getting it in the best positions. And as a result of that, that might be why they're underperforming. And perhaps that could be the key to why Richardson is so useful for our success. But at this rate, it's looking like it's going to be a playoffs that doesn't contain Blackhaven United because they are bottling it royally, and Neil Ardley's job is surely going to be gone if they don't even qualify for the playoffs this season, given the squad they've got and how far up the league they were at one point. Oh, we've done well here, Morton. He's got it for Cross, round the side for Thomas! Yes! Curtis Thomas gets on the end of it. Whitport 1, Plymouth Argyle 0, and that will surely, well, not even surely, that will guarantee us a spot in the playoffs. Now, the question then would be, who would we play against in the playoffs? Because there's some really good sides in there that we don't have the best record against this year. Lovely work here from Cross to put that round the side. Thomas bursting forward, 17 goals this year. He's not been quite on the form of recent years, but still, 17 ain't bad for him, really. They are the ultimate bottle job right now because they're in a position where they could literally beat a relatively poor side, get themselves ahead on pure points, and then have a nice easy game to finish things off, and they're not going to do it. To have this happen, along with doing the double over them this year, is very, very satisfying indeed. Curtis Thomas, he might just be able to drive all the way through. He is! Curtis Thomas, and that's a big save from the goalkeeper. We should have a second goal by now, and I'm worried it might come back to bite us. Now, if they lose at Doncaster, they don't deserve the playoffs. Even if they got a draw, they still have a shot, but it's bloody, oh no. Henry's through, and it's a great save from Idahan. Even he's stepped up as of late, fair play. And it looks like we're going to get the result. Whitport 1, Plymouth Argyle... Oh no, please not in the 95th minute. Thornley clears it, Morton will bring it away, and that will surely do it. We're going to get ourselves a victory here, which we really, really needed. Whitport 1, Plymouth 0, and Blackhaven lost against Doncaster. And as a result, they've got very little hope of getting in the playoffs now, and it's bloody hilarious. Once again, another solid performance from us in front of goal. Could have done a bit better, but we got the victory thanks to Curtis Thomas, and that wraps up a playoff spot for us. In fact, we're going to be playing Notts County no matter what. It's just a question of home or away advantage first, I guess, really. Right. So, we're back. Haha. I've also sorted out a couple of signings for next season. One guy called Kyle Lee, or Kylie. I might just call him the Minogue from now on. And one other guy who's a New Zealand centre-back from Manchester City. A couple of the dropouts from Premier League clubs. There's fewer and fewer of those that are any good, but these are the only two that look solid. Kylie is very good technically, but a little bit lax in the physicals. But yeah, Blackhaven are home against Oxford United. So really, they've got to somehow hope that... Actually, Portsmouth losing to Charlton is very much on the cards. Chesterfield, though, home to Blackpool. I don't think so. And Middlesbrough as well against Accrington Stanley. I think if Chesterfield draw or lose... No, if Chesterfield lose and Blackhaven win, provided Middlesbrough draw and Portsmouth lose, they would still sneak in. But it's not going to happen, is it? John Richardson is back and able to play, but I'm not going to risk him, obviously, because we're going to be playing in the playoffs. So, I want to make sure that he's ready for the semi-final, or at least somewhat fit for it. So, Bishop's picked up a knock, but we've done okay with Bishop in the team, so I might just leave it as it is. Again, a 4-3-3 for Mansfield. Lovely. If nothing else, it's going to be an entertaining game. Let's crack on. We had a few poor draws in there, but a good result against Plymouth, and hopefully we can finish off with a bang today. Now, of course, we're unable to finish any higher than... Well, we currently are, really. We can't finish any lower either. Really, it's about what the other scores are like. That's all it comes down to. So first news is that they are actually winning. Blackhaven United are winning, or they were, or no, they are, but Middlesbrough have now started winning as well. And as a result, a bit of space here for Mansfield at the far side. Kemp's in. Idahan makes a stop there, but Blackhaven, it's now 66 points for all three of them. And do you know what the funniest thing is right now? If Blackhaven had just got a point against Doncaster, they would currently be sitting in a playoff spot. But as things stand, they're not, because Pompey are winning away at Charlton as well, and Blackhaven could finish 9th this year. Oh, the Schadenfreude is strong. Morton takes his man on with a bit of space around the outside. Lots of room for Dave Morton. Puts it across, and Neil Cross can't get on the end of it. Mansfield have been quite good so far, in fairness. Oh, no. The worst possible time to get an injury to CT was right there. Who do I trust more? I actually trust James. Oh, no, let's give Nick Holman his chance. We've got him for a reason. We may as well give him a go. save his legs a little bit. Final playoff spot looks completely sewn up now. I think Pompey are actually going to get it, which is impressive, really. Middlesbrough are 2-0 up against Accrington Stanley now, so Blackhaven have got no hope. Cross, round the side for Holman, and it's another big save. Okay, that's better from us. And Blackhaven have conceded, and they're going to finish 10th. Southend are going to go above them too, as they won 5-0 in their last game and have got a better goal difference than them. Sunday, who's a really good player actually for Oxford, I might have a look at him, has just scored for him. Cleared by Nevitt. Cross could get this, you know. Oh, lovely spin by Neil Cross. He's got to maybe... No, he's going to have to shoot. Go on, Crossy. Oh, what a tackle from Clark. Portsmouth 3-0 up away at Charlton now, which is actually going to allow the MK Dons, who were promoted through the playoffs last year, to sneak into an automatic spot into the Championship, and Holman all the way through. So fair play to the MK Dons as well, for actually sneaking in behind Charlton at the last minute. Charlton won at the MK Dons, and I figured that was them dead, but they've managed to come back to life, late on as it's flicked over the crossbar. And there we go. Mansfield 0, Whitport 0. Another game without conceding from a set piece. But again, we need Richardson back for that next game because we haven't won enough lately. But still, Portsmouth sneak into the playoffs. Blackhaven come 10th. It's a fun time to be alive. But we're going to have to do better than that if we've got any hope of getting past Notts County. Down goes Shrewsbury, Oxford, hilariously, who maybe even could have... Well, no, they wouldn't have stayed up, would they? Salford and Colchester. So, yeah, I mean, this is crazy. Like, Blackhaven, look at this. And then look at their... Oh, my God. They won 1 of their last 12 league games. That's hilarious. Neil Ardley is getting sacked. Surely he's getting sacked after that. That is amazing. So, we may not have finished in fantastic style, but we are at least unbeaten in our last 8 games, which is pretty damn good. Lots of wins in there, lots of clean sheets too. If we could just get the goal scoring going, I think we've got a real good shot. Although Notts County have, I think, beaten us home and away this season, so you never know. So, if you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, drop a like. We'll go to the playoffs, boys. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And yeah, follow me on Twitch. I stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and usually Saturdays as well. I'll join you guys in the next episode for a double header against Notts County in the playoffs. Regen Booty could break our hearts, or we could break this. I'll see you soon. Hold your gun, Capybara. Bye-bye.